All right, guys. This is Wendy Patton, and these are the documents that I was talking about at our meeting yesterday at the Michigan Real Estate Investors Group meeting. And I wanted to specifically talk about a couple of these. Was all about building wealth and tracking your wealth. And of course, we talked about tracking your wealth yesterday, and that is all about your budget, which was also very similar to a profit and loss statement for your business, and and your balance sheet, which is your net worth. Okay, like the balance sheet is like your business, your assets minus your liabilities. So these are a couple of the documents from the Millionaire Real Estate Investor book. And there's a personal budget. You need to fill this out before our next meeting, and we're going to go through and talk about this. So you're going to fill out this, whatever it is that you spend money on, okay? Not, really what all everything that you spend on, okay? And then we're going to start looking at what is discretionary money versus required spending. And then these are the balance sheets. Oh, here's your budget with discretionary. Here we go. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to be looking at this over time is here's your current budget that you have. What portion of this is required versus discretionary? So example, Netflix, well, that's discretionary. You might think it's required, but it's not. So that would be discretionary spending, something that could be cut to really reduce your budget and help you build wealth. Because if we don't cut our budget and save and invest money, we will never be able to spend like we want to spend. Because if we spend today like we want to spend, and we spend like there's no tomorrow, then we're not going to have money tomorrow. And when you start saving and letting money start working for you, then eventually your money starts working for you faster than you would spend it, especially if you've built habits over years of making sure you're not wasteful with money. Then you can start to do some different things that maybe you've never done before. For instance, now I've been such a good saver for years and a good investor and living so far below our means that sometimes I have to tell myself, it's okay, Wendy, you can buy this. You can buy that extra expensive whatever. It's not even going to touch your budget. It's not even going to touch one bit of even the full amount of interest you're getting. So stop worrying about that. But this is the thing that happens over time as we create good habits. Those habits then also will stick with us for a very, very, very long time. But then you are able to spend more. So that gives you those three. But the most important one I really wanted to go over was this one, which is the one I use for my balance sheet, okay? And this is modifiable. You can go ahead and edit this. But notice that the yellow means don't change, right? Updated, this means, so what I do is I'll take this and I'll do, let's say I put all my stuff in here for today and I update everything. Then I might do a save as quarter number 2 and then the year, or quarter number 1 and then the year. Because at the bottom, it's going to tell you what your net worth is at this moment. Okay. And then when you come back into it the next time, before I make any changes on the, say, quarter number 2, I would do a save as, go up here, save as, and then do quarter 3 before I make changes. Because then what I can start to see is I can start to track this. And if you wanted, you could even put in here, my quarter number 1 was blah, 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 my quarter 2. You could start keeping those totals, down here where you could start to see that. But typically for me, I've just been able to I'll go back like a year and say, where was I a year ago? How much has my net worth changed from a year ago to today? So if you look at this, it's pretty simple. I tried to put company names, and you could just put your LLC name right here. LLC, like whatever it is. It's Wendy's LLC, whatever your LLC is. Okay, then I list all my properties. If I have a mortgage, I put the account number. I track the payment and the rent income. It doesn't have a net difference down here, but you can see the total rent, total payments for all the properties in this particular company, which is only one property right now. Okay. And then, but as you as you grow your business and add properties, then you can also just insert lines. If you're not familiar with Excel, you just go up here, insert, and then you can just do another row, okay? Or you can learn more about Excel, okay? So if let's say if I was to go in here and enter another one, okay, and maybe my payment is $1,267, and it rents for $1,400, and my loan balance is $120,000, and it is worth $145. Okay, then you can see, oops, oh, I put 1.4 million. Woo, nice. 145. Then you can see it'll automatically change this down here because it'll take the difference between my loan balances, my current value, and this is the net for this company. Okay, then if you have multiple LLCs, there's room for your next LLC here. Okay, and I have multiple LLCs, so I have more than this. I've got extra ones as well. Then I've got, this is the total properties less my IRA, because my IRA is right here. And in my IRA, I have properties. So I would list my real estate and see, here's one on 700 IRA Street in Oxford. And I have a little bit of cash in here and no mutual funds. But whatever you have in your IRA account, you could list here. Then this is your total IRA debt, your total IRA assets, and the net difference. So your net value of your IRA is $55,560 in this example. Then your properties less your IRAs is $127, which is right here. It just copies it down. See, they're in yellow? Don't change the yellow ones. So even when you first get this spreadsheet, go ahead and do a save as, so you could keep the other one and you won't mess it up. Now, if you did not attend the Michigan Real Estate Investors Group and you would like a copy of this, feel free to email me at info@wendypatton.com and request my Wendy's Master Financial Statement, okay? And we'll gladly email that to you. Okay, so then anything else you have as an asset, you start listing it. Your house, what's your house worth? Now down here is where you're gonna put your mortgage. If you have a mortgage balance, any of your debt is going to be down here and they're all going to be negative. Okay. So anything that's a debt is going to be negative because it's going to subtract that from all of these. Okay. So in this example, this is going to tell you what your net worth is right now. Now, as you start tweaking it, and let's say you have car equity. Oh, by the way, your car equity is going to go down over time, not up, unless you upgraded to a new vehicle that is worth more than your car. This is one that each time you look at it, maybe not every quarter, but certainly every year, you can adjust it downward to what's the current blue book of my car, okay? Now, in my real estate, what I try to do up here is I also try to make sure I take out about 8% because I've got to pay title insurance, transfer fees in Michigan, and commission. So I want to make sure that I've got a little cushion in there for those expenses for selling, because it's not really worth, say, maybe if I said this was worth 175 and I went to sell it and I got 175, well, I'm not actually getting 175, right? I'm going to net something much less than that, about 8% less. So you don't want to over aggressively share your value. It's better for you to understate your value and grow your assets, okay? So each time you update this, your assets should be growing and you should be cutting your expenses so that more and more can be put into savings and put into new investments, and you're paying down your principal. Example up here, I adjust, by the way, these loan balances, I only adjust mine yearly. You could do it every month, but that's a pain. I just do it yearly because I get a new statement. If you have a mortgage on a property, you'll get a new statement every year. I have one property that we have a mortgage on, and it's only because I have a 50-50 partner and she does not want to pay it off. She's like, I'm going to die with that one on there, but whatever. Anyways, so every year we would just take that loan balance from the statement, the annualized statement, and that would go in here. And then we'd relook at, has the value gone up or down? And it could go down, right? Over time, it could go down. So you're tracking your assets and your liabilities over time. Don't take on any new debt. If you do, guess what? your net worth is going to go down in value. Yeah, you thought you got new furniture. Do you notice I don't have furniture in here? No, your furniture's not an asset. No, not really, because even if it's fairly expensive to buy, you're not going to be able to sell it for much used. So I don't have that kind of thing. You could have jewelry on here. I do have some jewelry on my personal one, and that is only because I do have some decent jewelry that is worth something if I were to resell it, including my wedding ring. So anyways, I hope that helps you guys. And I really wish you the best on your incredible journey of increasing your net worth over time and tracking that, okay? It's really something to track and make a game out of. How much can I increase my net worth over time? And the only way to do that is to make sure you are cutting that budget, cutting expenses, or really increasing income. Both are really the best thing to do. All right, enjoy.